do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Play the beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
Mike 54. Bend it. Middle.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Play action. Now it's Allen. And that one's complete to Gurley. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Seahawks take over first down. Let's go. 20-yard line.
Ready. 6 yellow. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
No gain on the play there, second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That one complete to Yeldon. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jordan Jenkins in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On first down, it's Gurley. And an alley to run. Gurley's got the first down and then some. That one 28 yards on the ground. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 on the Seahawks 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. from the gun. It's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw, Bridgewater. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. They run. It's Gurley. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. The Bills on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Second and 6.
Let's pick it up. It's outside, guys. Outside. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman. What a season he continues to have defensively. Now a dozen interceptions this year, Charles.
And let's face it, we've watched a lot of ball. But when you get 12 in 1 year, that's better than most careers, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you might be asking for a bump in pay, too.
No doubt about it. Running right in there and talking to the team.
And down to the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 68 yards on the ground. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. They keep it with Penny on first down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing is Bridgewater. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jared Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Allen now on first down. And the grab by Croft. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
A final shot before half for Allen. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that's complete to Cooks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Penny. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Bridgewater to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Bridgewater. They set up the screen to Penny. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And less than a yard.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Myers able to knock it through, and their lead will swell up to 28. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Go! At their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
Allen. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
To Anthony Miller. Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Tackles.
On 3rd and long. It's Allen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Penny. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return, it's White. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Alert!
From the gun, Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. Everson Griffin. And that will force a turnover on downs. Penny, a 1st down carry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10
coming to you.
at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it again with Penny. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Rashad Penny slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Allen going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Penny running right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. This is Penny. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Myers' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what is.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
On the run, it's Penny. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Get that.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Allen now looks to throw. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game. It is intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.